Welcome, Warrior fans, to Warrior Weekly. This is coming to you from NSIC Hoopsfest from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We're at Sioux Falls Arena right now, and Travis joining me. I'm Lukas DeGarmo. Starting with the women's basketball preview, looking at their season. First of all, the preseason coaches poll. Mankato, obviously the #1 team, defending their national championship.
Yeah, you gotta go with the defending national champions, and they've got some returning players. So it's going to be really a tight race. There's a number of teams that can compete for it. Winona State received 1 vote for first place, even though they are total points ranking 5th. But should be a good conference race. Concordia St. Paul, I think, is going to be really tough. We've seen them a couple times here at Hoopsfest, and they're looking good.
Yeah, they really are looking good. And as you pointed out, Winona State is 5th. Did see that #1 vote. Mankato has University of Minnesota Duluth has a Player of the Year, Jerry Booker, outstanding woman basketball player.
Yeah, she's an outstanding player, and last year was NSIC Defensive Player of the Year. So tremendous, average 15.3 points per game and 7.4 rebounds per game. So really can do it in all aspects and is deserving of the NSIC Player of the Year.
Yeah, and I touched on it a little bit already. Minnesota State, Mankato defending their national championship. So many great teams in all sports, especially basketball, with Winona State obviously in their title runs, and now Mankato women in their title run last season.
Yeah, they went 19-1 in the conference and really had a tremendous year. They lost in the first round of the conference tournament, which, maybe that helped them. It really kind of woke them up, and then of course they went on to win the regional championship and then ultimately the national championship.
And St. Cloud State can't be overlooked. They came into Winona with the Winona State women hosting the conference tournament last year, and St. Cloud State won that. And you mentioned Mankato lost early in that conference tournament, but St. Cloud State is going to be a good basketball team as well.
Oh, they'll be outstanding again this year, and I think it shows the parity in the league. St. Cloud State was the 6th seed coming into the tournament as the regular season results, and ended up winning the conference tournament. So that tells you, 1 to 14, really, anybody can beat anybody on any night. And of course they defeated Moorhead, which was the 3rd seed. Then they beat Winona State in Winona. They were the 2nd seed, and then they won the championship against Concordia St. Paul.
And there's so many great players. No matter which team you look at, it seems like at least every team has one great player, and there's so many in the NSIC conference, starting with, we already talked about Jerry Booker from the University of Minnesota Duluth, 15.3 points per game, 7.4 rebounds last year. But every team, including Winona State, has Anna Wirtz. There's so many different great players.
Well, yeah, and Anna's really improved her game over the offseason. We've seen it early on here this year, is that she's not just an outside shooter. She can do it from a variety of different ways. She even had a double-double this year, so with 10 rebounds one game and 14 points. So really has improved her overall game. But yeah, a lot of good talent and a lot of players to watch this year in the NSIC.
Yeah, the hosting team, Augustana, for the NSIC Holiday Hoopsfest. Megan Doyle from the Vikings, a junior guard. She's going to be good. Just to name a couple other ones, Allison Nash Gerlach from MSU Moorhead's also going to be a great player. Tiffany Mole from Mankato, she was great last year. And Talisha Barlow from St. Cloud. Yeah,
a tremendous class, and that's just to name a few. There's a lot of talent, and somebody I look at, Tiffany Mole from MSU Mankato, is a tremendous floor leader. Had almost 200 assists on the year last year, and does a great job running the show for them. You talked about the whole school out here in Sioux Falls. Augustana, Megan Doyle does a great job. She's one of those 5'7" guards that can do it all, inside, outside, and a great shooter as well.
And the Warriors coming off their best season in women's basketball history at Winona State. What do they need to do this year?
They're young. They come into the season young, and I think that the early Division I experience plus some, an overtime game already this year, really going to help them out down the line. But, they're going to need to grow up fast, and the freshmen are expected to play right away and contribute. I think the other thing is that they need to make some adjustments and go with a game plan. And obviously that's difficult sometimes for a young team to make adjustments in the game, but Coach Ballard, Coach Schoenrock do a great job, and I'm confident that they'll have another great run this year.
Looking now to men's basketball, looking at their preseason rankings in the conference. St. Cloud State, obviously an outstanding team last year. Winona State men had trouble with them. They're the preseason favorites to win the conference with so many returning players.
They've got a lot of talent, a lot of depth, and they're going to be tough to beat. Winona State coming in ranked 2nd. Received 6 first-place votes, actually, more than St. Cloud State did, but St. Cloud had more overall votes. So it's going to be a tight race. I think if you look at the standings, you see Southwest coming off a great year, and of course Minnesota State, Mankato, Augustana, Concordia St. Paul. I mean, the league is tough top to bottom, just like the women's side of it.
Yeah, you mentioned Mankato. They have the preseason player of the year, Travis Nelson, outstanding senior for the Mavericks.
Oh, he's 6'11", and he's got a great inside game, but also has a nice touch and can shoot the ball well. Averaged almost 14.5 points per game last year and 6 rebounds. So again, one of those players that is complete and does it all.
Last year, Southwest Minnesota State won the NSIC regular season conference title, going 17-3. They're an outstanding team as well.
They're outstanding. Last year they used a lot of depth and tremendous defense, and that really got it done for them. Again, kind of like the women's side of it, won the conference regular season, but then lost in the first round of the conference tournament. And maybe another situation where it helped them because they ultimately went on, won the regional tournament. They hosted it and did a fantastic job and represented the NSIC out in Springfield, Massachusetts at the Elite Eight.
And St. Cloud won the NSIC conference tournament like the men, and the men and women both won the conference tournament in the postseason there. And you already mentioned the other great teams, including Winona State on that men's side. Looking at players to watch, we already talked about Travis Nelson, but Matt Schneck from St. Cloud, along with Taylor Witt from St. Cloud, great players.
Well, it's a great inside-outside duo there, and they played well last year going down the stretch. Schneck averaged 17 points per game and 13 rebounds per game last year in the NSIC tournament. And of course, Witt was the tournament MVP and is a tremendous player. Can really create off the dribble for himself and for others. He's a big guard. He's tough to defend.
Cody Schilling, only a sophomore for Augustana. He's going to do some great things in the conference this year. Craig Hyman from Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears, Kevin Andrews, and then, of course, Winona State, David Johnson.
And again, David's worked on his game just like Anna Wirtz did for the women's side of it and has really developed. And we saw it in all the games this year where he can go to the basket. Obviously is a great three-point shooter, but really, honed in on his skills in the offseason and rounded out his game.
And what do the Warrior men need to do this season?
Well, I think they need to get off to a great start. They start the conference season up at St. Cloud, and it's a tough place to play, tough atmosphere, so they really need to get off to a good start. And then obviously Concordia, St. Paul the following evening. So, it's going to be a difficult conference race. You've got to take care of business. I think they've only got 4 road games against teams that are ranked in the top 8 in the preseason poll. So really taking care of business at home for Winona State, where they've done a great job over the last couple of years in McCowan Gym.
Thanks for watching Warrior Weekly, coming to you from NSIC Holiday Hoopsfest here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Sioux Falls Arena. For Travis Whipple, I'm Lukas DeGarmo. It's a great day to be a Warrior.